I left on 85, but I didn't finish.
That's me.
for allowing me to represent y'all in Friendswood. I want to thank my fellow board members that are here. I see Kim Gerard in the back. Jason Jones is here. I'm not sure where he's at. But I have wonderful staff, Paige and Melissa, Scott, a district engineer, Fanny in the back that have spent all day with your kids. And Randy Rowland, our superintendent, and they've been a joy to have. So thank y'all for letting us have them. And I hope this piques some questions and some added fiscal science interest that they can ask y'all when we're done.
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Honor and Texas flag. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one and indivisible.
I call this meeting of the Galveston County Consolidated Drainage District to order. Today, we will discuss flood safety and community projects.
My name is Alan Lyons, I'm the body secretary. Hi, my name is Michaela Dicey, and I'm the treasurer.
I'm Maren Walker, and I'm the board president.
I'm Allison Shu, and I'm the vice president.
I'm Tegan Harpooey, and I'm a board.
I'm Joshua Karam, and I'm the engineer.
I'm Numeran, I'm the executive director.
I'm Hadley Hunt, I'm the field supervisor.
I'm Reese Ivins, and I'm the accountant.
I'm Mia, and I'm the grant writer.
I'm Raul Jr., and I'm the committee.
Do I have a motion to approve today's proclamation before we read it aloud?
Yes. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion passes.
Our students are taking an active role in learning how local government works.
Whereas students are exploring ways to improve their community through leadership, ideas, and problem solving.
And whereas through these efforts, students are gaining a deeper understanding of how decisions made at the local level impact neighborhoods, schools, and the environment.
And whereas we are discovering that teamwork, communication, and civic participation are key to making lasting improvements.
And whereas the Galveston County Drainage District serves as an example of how public service protects residents and provides natural resources and plans for the future. And whereas the district's work demonstrates the importance of collaboration between citizens, engineers, and leaders in crafting safe, healthy, and well-managed communities.
Now, therefore, the Board of Galveston County Consolidated Drainage District recognizes all students participating in the civic program.
For their curiosity, creativity, and commitment to learning about public service and community improvement.
And for their willingness to share new perspectives and innovative ideas that strengthen local decision making.
And encourages them to continue asking questions, sharing ideas, and being active and informed citizens.
And witness whereof the board adopts this proclamation on November 11th.
The next item is Group A. Group A wanted to raise 20 houses, 5 houses raised a year throughout the next 4 years.
We wanted to do this so when floods happen, it doesn't and like wreck through the houses, and we're gonna write a grant to FEMA for $4 million.
Each individual house will cost $200,000, and we will build the houses 5 every year over the course of 4 years.
I think this is a good civil engineering project because it helps people like the floods, so we can keep people safe.
I think the project will work because it can help a lot of people. It'll reduce flooding. And yeah, I think it's good.
I feel like the government will approve grants for this project.
I think it's a really good idea.
Do I have a motion to approve this item?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor? Any nays?
Nice.
Ayes win. 4-1. The next item is Group B.
Our idea was to make 2 tunnels coming from Clear Creek to Galveston Bay, so when it floods, the water can clear out. It'll probably cost around $18 billion, but we were, the federal government can pay $16.2 billion, and then the locals in Fort Bend County, Missouri County, Galveston County, and Harris County can all split taxes for $1.8 billion. And there will be 2 tunnels, 14 by 14.
These 2 tunnels will be from Clear Creek and it will be pumping water all the way down to Galveston. It will be going around clear the lake and it will come to Galveston. This will cost a lot, but it will be worth it in the long run.
I think this is a good way to transport water, but it is like too high of a cost. And also, what material are you guys using? It's like what material? Like metal, iron.
What we think.
Concrete. I think it's a good idea, but it's too expensive. If the budget was less, it would have been much better.
Think it's a little too expensive. They'd have to raise taxes even with the grant, and I don't think the grant will get approved. And how will we build this?
As the grant writer, I think I really like this idea, but I don't know, like I'm not certain if the government will approve of it because it will cost a lot of money.
I think it does cost a lot, but if our oil gets flooded, and since it's such a big shipping on the coast, it'll be worth it.
I do have a question. How long or like far do y'all want it to go? We want it to start from Clear Creek and go all the way down to Galveston.
Do I have a motion to approve this item?
Motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays?
Nay.
Nay. Nays win 3-2. The next item is going to be Group C.
The Century Project is a project where we would develop a piece of land. It would be about 100 acres, where it was a piece of land that is constantly being flooded. So we couldn't put houses there because they would be flooded too much. So we could turn this into a green space and a rain area where it could help the environment by planting in good plants for that area and having a good environmental change. This area would have lots of trails, they could walk on, gardens, and other activities that you could do at that place. So it'd be very informational. So yeah.
Kids will get to learn about the creek. We have already bought this land, so it would be lessening the cost. The estimated cost would be probably about $250,000. Our budget is $1 million, and it would be about 100 acres.
We're gonna let people know about it by social media, local news channels, and radios. It's gonna take less than a year, and the grants will come from rich people, the community, and the government.
I think it's a good project and it's good for the environment.
I think it'll be good. I think it can succeed, and I think the cost is also contained, which is gonna be crucial.
Since the cost is reasonable, I feel like the government would approve a grant for this project.
I think the cost is good and we can find land for it.
I believe that this will be a cheap and good project to do.
I have a question. How long will this end?
This entire project would like estimated under a year. And also how many of these would y'all like want to build? Like, or like make? It's like how many what? Of the like gardens would y'all? Well, just this one for right now, but I'm sure that if this works out, we could develop one.
Do I have a motion to approve this item?
Motion. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any nays? Ayes win. 5-0. Thank you all for your ideas and presentations. Your input helps us understand how the community views flood safety.
I move to adjourn. I second the motion.
All in favor? This meeting is adjourned.
You have to vote something down. That was good. And that vote changed. It was 3-2 in favor earlier, so the president flipped her vote. I see that little maneuver she pulled on you? That would be Congress all about. It didn't happen right here. Yeah, I saw that little vote. Don't think I didn't. In the mock meeting, she was for it. So what changed? I'm just curious, what in that debate, this is real stuff. So in that debate, you're talking about people's money, which is important. So what changed in your mind?
Cost is very high, which I think would take a while to get the monies. And also it would take a while. And I mean.
So when the cost is high and you're trying to get money out of the federal government, your representatives at a higher level, what do y'all have to do to try to talk them into get in this area? Because the point that you made here was important. It's the petrochemical and the tonnage we ship through this port. It's very important to make sure the country doesn't get really in a bad place if we have a big hurricane here. So what would y'all do to your elected representatives? How would y'all go about getting them to allocate the money for our area on the Texas Gulf Coast? Mail them? Do you call them? Do you? What would y'all do? How would y'all go when y'all are growing up and getting older and getting voting age? What y'all going to do? How you're going to talk to them? Vote and say people who are going to protect this area. Is that a good idea? I'm just curious. Anyway, it was interesting to watch y'all put your vote. I'm just curious. What if the grant writer would have said, hey, I think with our contacts, we have a decent chance of getting this money because our area is so important for the country. Would that have changed your mind? See how important the grant writing position is in the contacts care position. So the people you know in the federal government who control the purse strings are just important. So, okay, I was just curious. I just saw that little move and I just wanted to ask you. Y'all have any questions for your children while they're up here? Anything? About how their day went or?
I have a question.
Sure.
What was y'all's biggest aha moment today? Like something like that maybe you learned or something that you got out of it today that you didn't expect just from the experience?
I really liked going on the tour and going like the big trucks and stuff and blowing the air horn. It was so loud. And so that was my favorite. And it was like.
Thank you, Mary. Anybody else?
Was it as complicated, this whole process,
No.
as you thought it would be?
No. I liked coming up with the ideas for the projects.
Yes, to make our place, our water to go somewhere better. I mean, I didn't know at all what this was before I came here, so
Was it hard to convince each other?
Yeah.
I mean, everyone else pretty much set on their own idea. They were like,
Yeah.
my idea's better than all of yours.
That sounds right.
It's not wrong.
Well, that never changes, so.
I think it's important to note that, everyone that's up here on the panel, you guys, just for being here, you're all leaders, right? Like your classmates aren't here, you're here.
Yeah.
But even as one individual leader, you can't always accomplish something that you want. So if you get a bunch of really good brains together, and you all fight for one cause, you have a much greater chance of accomplishing something. In this case, in the example you guys gave us, we're talking about billions of dollars. If you can kind of like wrap your head around what the volume of that actually is, but if you make an argument and then you all come at it together, you get a bunch of talented people in the same room, you can succeed, you can achieve a lot that way.
Talked about pride in your community and FHS and how important the school district is and where y'all come from. That's very important, because when you do get all your ideas moving in one direction and you get with other county leaders, you make it a big movement. You can get big money from grants to help big dreams come true. It starts with people. Anything else? I want to thank.
You guys have a plan for next flooding?
We have lots of plans. We've got lots of plans. We need better relationships with the federal government and the state for everybody to get on the same page. It's herding cats, but yes, we're a small district, but like I told them, with big ideas. And I told them earlier, the big ideas start with one person. It spreads, and then next thing you know, you have 5 or 6 people, the regional people getting on ideas, and it takes a seed, just a small seed to really catch fire, but it has to start with somebody. And we're hoping that these young leaders in this community will understand how dangerous. I said this morning in a big Tri-County Republican deal that I was a candidate for them, that this is our cross to bear in this area. I'm from here, I'm born and raised here. It's flooded and drainage, our cross to bear. Like in California, it's fires, Mexico City, it could be earthquakes, typhoons in the Pacific, whatever. Our cross to bear is tropical systems here since I've been a kid, and it has devastated this area. And it's high time we get our act together and come together with some really big comprehensive solutions to solve this. There's no reason why us on the Gulf Coast cannot solve these issues. It's just a matter of political will, and quit having amnesia about what happened 7 years ago, 15 years ago, or 30 years ago. 500-year storms don't just happen every 500 years if you are from here. So it's about political will. So yes, and that's what I hope that they come away with, is regardless of what we're talking about, the political will to solve big issues starts with people.
I think it's also important, to kind of along that, if you want to accomplish something really big and you need someone in Washington or, federal government backing on it, you need to kind of pull out what's important to them. You guys talked about, the oil, and everything moving through this area. And so that doesn't just affect us, right? That affects, our nation. So if you can, market to that, and pull on those strings, then maybe you can get some backing.
I want to thank Joe and Delaney for bringing the kids out today. Like I said, they were wonderful. I can't say enough about my staff. They're excellent, and they care, and they put this whole curriculum together. So thank y'all very much, Paige, Scott, Fanny, Melissa, Randy. Y'all did a great job, and we look forward to having the 8th graders next month.
Right.
Thank y'all. All certificates in no particular order. They just hand them to William Evans, is that right? Sir, thank you.
We'll do individual, and I'll get pictures of the 2 of y'all, and then we'll have a group photos, if that's okay. I'll move in front of the desks a little bit.
Sure.
There we go. Oh, thank you. Oh, I didn't know you go by Reese. I've been calling you William all day, but you're middle age. I'm sorry. Cool. Thank you.
Joshua Karam, is that correct?
Thank you.
Allison. How you say your last name? Allison? Shoot. Lyles?
Yes.
Is that right? You had some good ideas today. I was listening. Scott was listening. He came up, Scott, didn't Ally say the part about the tunnels? Were you the one who said, are you?
That was Michaela.
Michaela, you said that?
Hadley, yes.
Oh, okay. I knew one of y'all said something about the tunnels. It's pretty perceptive. Because Scott looked at me like, man, that's a good idea.
Yeah, all of these ideas were their own. So we really let them, like, broke them into small groups and let them run with it and said, if you were, I mean, you are our board members for the day, our groups for the day, what would you do? And they came up with their own projects and their own questions, and it was really fantastic. Leave me laugh. It's all good. I'm cropping it lower. Don't worry about it. It's all good. Thank you.
Michaela, is that right?
Yep.
I say your last name.
Nicely.
Actually. So you're the one who had the idea that Scott was all proud of. Okay. Hadley Hunt. Keegan Harper Lee. That is true. Their ideas, they do like, you could tell whose ideas was who about how they talked about it. Like I could tell yours, about how you talked about it. You had the last one, didn't you? About the spongeland. So that's a spongeland concept. That's a deal where we've seen some of these ideas. I've seen it and really over across in the Pacific and like the Hong Kong area or over in the Philippines. So they have these areas where they have these rules where the soil has to absorb so much water, and they have fern plants and natural vegetation. So it absorbs as much water as the building puts out or a certain square footage of an area puts out. So they have this called spongeland concept. Actually, IDRT at Texas A&M is working on that too. So if we ever get an area that fits that concept, because I know we're in flooding and drainage, so we're not making parks and stuff, but if we ever get an area that doesn't make sense for drainage, but makes sense for an area like that for people to have nature and to learn. I don't know how y'all feel, but I think Friendswood's a really unique place on the Texas Gulf Coast and Houston area. And it wouldn't hurt to have some of those areas around. People like those nice areas, and that would be cool. Raul Gonzalez. Is it Nadia? Nia.
Yeah.
How do you say your last name? You're a Monson? Is that right? That's pretty much these. Marin Walker.
Awesome. And then if I can get a group picture of the 11 of y'all, that'd be nice. Please. Awesome. And then we've got a couple of board members here. Can I throw my board members in there with them? Jason, Cam's around here somewhere. Bessie. Perfect. Thank y'all for being here today. It's great.
Thank you all again.
Hey, can we come out this way to get our backpacks and stuff?
Sure, yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
We've got some fruits and lemonade and some waters out there. If y'all want to work on it as well. Thank you all so much for having your jobs today. We really enjoyed it.
They really are. You see how quiet he got the end?
You know, y'all were planning for an area. So, and My son was here. Volunteer group with with City Hall, the Friendswood Parks and Rec Department, and the Friendswood Beautiful Community.
We started the morning by learning about what's.
It's like there's some overlap, so they're all.
Oh, it was fun.
Drainage.
Yeah, I think we're working
The
towards.
drainage starts with the city and goes coming from.
You try to. Like, so you don't just.
Right.